Hello, LCI. It is that time of the year as we get closer to spring to start thinking about the following school year. And with that comes registration and course requests. Registration and course requests are both done through PowerSchool. Registration, of course, is completed by your parents, and your course requests are completed by you, the students, both through PowerSchool. And they are both done simultaneously and need to be done on time. I'm going to create this instructional video here to kind of help you and guide you through the step-by-step process of how to pick your courses or make those requests. I'm going to do that operating on the assumption that you can find the LCI webpage, you can find the PowerSchool tab on the side, and that you can log into PowerSchool on your own. You have your username, you know your password, and you have now logged into PowerSchool and you are looking at the web page within your browser. Please note that the app is not the same. It has to be within a browser. So if you're using a PC, great. If you're doing things on your phone, it must be within your browser on your phone, like Safari or Google. Students, once you log into PowerSchool, you'll see that there is a menu on the left-hand side. Most of you, the default screen once you log in will be grades and attendance, and you will then need to find that course requests tab on the left-hand side of your screen. Once you click on that course requests tab, you will be brought to the web page that you're looking at here, okay? So I'm just gonna run through some of the important points of this page to help you kind of navigate it. First off, you'll notice that there's some grade-specific instructions at the top here. This is a grade 10 student, so this would be someone who is currently in grade 9, registering for grade 10, and these are the instructions that this grade 10 student next year, this current grade 9 student, needs to do. So this current grade 9 student needs to make sure that for their grade 10 year, they are choosing at least 40 credits, no less than 40, but it also puts a cap on that window, no more than 51. Okay, so 40 is the minimum, and then 51 is the maximum. It wants you to choose one subject from each of those cores, at least one from all of the core subject groupings. It also reminds you that if you are going to take Math 15, you must also select Math 10C, and I'll reiterate that when we start picking our math classes. You must choose, in grade 10, you must choose a phys ed comm course. So we've got the recreational as well as the competitive, and you must pick one or two. After that, you'll notice that instruction doesn't exist for grade 11 and 12s because phys ed becomes optional. You must then also, once you've got all your core courses picked and you've gone through and picked all of them, you must then go through the CTS option classes and top up to that 40 credit minimum, but no more than 51 on the maximum. French immersion students should not forget to make sure that they are picking Études Sociales instead of Social Studies 10. And don't forget to pick your French language arts course, and I'll show you why you could make that mistake. Okay. Grade 10 students at this time are not allowed to select 20 level courses, nor are grade 11 students allowed to select 30 level courses. Okay, so our current grade 10s cannot go and select 30 level courses for the grade 11 year. If that's something that you want to do, you must make sure you're filling out the proper forms, getting your numbers in, making sure that you're added to the list so that we can do that manually on the back end. We just have to make sure that those seats go to the students within their grade level first. Okay. So again, as we look here, we then have our course groupings. These are all the different groupings that you need to go into and to make your selections. You'll also see here at the bottom, there's your credit counter, and it shows you that window. So again, 40 is the minimum, 51 is the maximum, and you got to hit that sweet spot. Hit your 40 quota, but don't go over the 51. And there is a counter there that will help you with that. On the right-hand side, there are some red exclamation marks mixed in with some green check marks. The red exclamation marks mean that there's something wrong. You need to fix something or select something. All of these must be green check marks before you go in and submit your course request for next year. The submit button is noticeably absent. It's in the bottom corner usually for most of you. This is just a practice screen, so it's not there, but I'll remind you about that at the very end. Okay, so the red exclamation points, you have to fix. The green check marks, you don't necessarily have to, but you can always go back in. So for example, French language arts is not a course that every kid in our school must take, only our French immersion students. So we don't have a red exclamation mark there because not every kid has to take that course. However, if you are a French immersion student, you should remember and must go in there. You got to click the little pencil icon. That is the edit. And you're going to select that course. Now, you don't have to, hence the green check mark, but if you're a French immersion student, you want to toggle it off as being selected. And then every time, make sure you hit the OK button. Not this little X to close the window because it won't register that course. You must hit OK. And now you will see once you hit that, that French Language Arts 10 has shown up as one of my course selections for next year. It is a 5-credit course, and lo and behold, down here in the bottom, my credit count has gone up to 5 as I work my way closer to that minimum of 40. Okay. Should you need to edit anything, for example, I'm not a French immersion student, so if you need to edit anything, you can simply go back to that little pencil, toggle off that course. Again, I have to hit OK if I want to save that change. I hit OK, and now you can see that that course has been removed from my requests, and my credit count is back down to 0. Okay, so let's start up at the top. I'm going to go through some of these. English, I must pick at least one English course. Again, red exclamation point here. It says I may select one course. What it's really saying is I must select one course. PowerSchool is trying to be polite. So if I select my English 10-2, it has allowed me to do that. That red exclamation point is turned to a green check mark. I could also, like, it's going to let me, I go in, I can toggle this off, but now we're back to a red exclamation point again. I'm not supposed to take more than one. I should only be taking one or the other, but not both. Okay, so to keep it a green check mark, I'm going to just take the one, English 10-2, hit OK, and now there it is. You can see that the red exclamation point on the side is now turned to a green check, and my English is sitting good. I'm sitting pretty in English, and my credit count has gone up to 5. So I'm going to work my way through some of these other ones. I'm going to take Science 10, hit OK. I do relatively well in math, so I think I'm going to take Math 10C. However, if I needed to, you can see you can select between 1 and 2 courses here. That is for those students who need to take Math 15 and Math 10C. Remember, if I need to, and I will leave it up there, I'm going to take Math 15 in the first semester, but then I'm going to follow that up with Math 10C. So I've selected more than one, but I'm allowed to in this particular window, and my green check mark stays. You'll see that both of those courses pop up, and I've added now 10 credits, 5 for 15, 5 for 10C. 10 credits have been added to my credit counter here. Okay. Going to social studies. I'll add social 10-1. There's that Etudes Sociales 10. Again, French immersion students, make sure you're selecting the right one, not the wrong one. You want to make sure that you're enrolled in the right course come fall. I do not need to take, and I'm not going to take, a French language arts course. By no means a French immersion student, but I must take phys ed, and I think I'm going to go with recreational, just do a little participation and have some fun in recreational phys ed. So now you can see these are green check marks in my course groupings, but I do have a red exclamation point here because I have not hit my course credit minimum. Okay, I remember I need 40 for a minimum, and I've only hit the 31 mark, so I'm just under that threshold. So I'm going to fill that up now. I'm going to add CTS options. So I'm going to go into my CTS. Now, there is no minimum or maximum amount I can put in here because some students who are French immersion students, or maybe taking Science 1424, Math 15, and 10C, like, you're probably already going to be racking up those 40 credits. So this is just to help students top up. So I'm going to say that, for example, I'm going to be a band student. Remember, now the credits over here, we have credit counts. Those can vary depending on the option course that you're taking. So band is actually a 10 credit course. And when I select that, you will see that I've now jumped from 31 to 41, and I've now met my 41 or my minimum of 40, and I have green check marks across the board. I could right now submit my courses, hit the submit button, and I would be good to go. However, I am not a band student. So I'm going to go back in. I'm not a musically inclined person. But I'll show you, let's say, space exploration. This is one of the new courses that we have here at LCI. It's been developed by some amazing science and math teachers. So I'm going to select that. That is also an 8-credit course. So this is a challenging, academically rigorous option course. So I'm going to select that. Down here, I can navigate my way through. We have actually 4 pages of option courses that grade 10s can choose from. That's pretty impressive. We're lucky here at LCI to have such a breadth and depth of options. So I think I'm going to be interested. I'm going to try welding. Try my hand at welding. Welding 10. Those will be 2 options that I'm going to take. And now I've gone to 44 credits. So again, I'm over that 40 minimum. I'm under the 51 maximum. I've got 44 credits. All of these red exclamation marks are now green check marks. Nothing does not have a green check mark, so I'm good. My course requests are done. All I would have to do now is hit that submit button at the bottom, and I should be good to go. Okay. Let's pretend for a second, I'm just going to jump over to the next window here. Let's pretend I'm a grade 11 student. So again, here's that grade specific information. Here's the information that'll tell you what stipulations and or restrictions I'll have in terms of the courses I can take. Up here it says that grade 11s must choose, so these are students going into grade 11 next year, our current grade 10s, must choose at least 30 credits, but no more than 50. Grade 11s will be allowed to select 10 level courses and 20 level courses, just in case you want to upgrade or if you have to retake a course. And then you must start selecting option courses to get to that 30 credit minimum. French immersion students, once again, don't forget your E2s, Social, and the French language arts courses. And again, grade 11s will not be allowed to select 30 level courses at this time. If that's something you want to do, please make sure you get your course request forms in to the right grade level admin. Okay. You'll notice that there's no red exclamation points over here. That's because we know that some of our students, some of our current grade 10 students have checked off some of these 20 level courses in their grade 10 year. So we don't want to set a bunch of minimums, have a bunch of red exclamation points to say every student must pick an English language arts course if you took English language arts 20 last year. So this is where it's going to be incumbent upon you, LCI students, to make sure that you know what you need to take. You can't be as dependent on those red exclamation marks to be a backstop to make you pick the courses you need. You're going to have to know what you've already taken, what you need to take, and then start selecting accordingly. So I took English, there's those 10 levels. So if I needed to repeat English 10-2 from last year, I could. We'll pretend like I was smart enough, pretend being the key word, smart enough to pass. And so now I need English 20-2. I'm going to go in and select, I'm going to take all 3 of the 20 level sciences, okay? Science is something I like, so I'm going to take all 3. Again, there's no minimum or maximum here, so it will allow you to do those, to select those extra courses. Math, I'm going to take Math 20-1. And social studies, there's the 10 levels are mixed in with the 20 levels. Don't forget, if you're a French immersion student, I think I'm going to take 20-1. I don't need FLA. You'll notice that if I did not pass Phys Ed 10 or COM last year, they are here. Phys Ed 20 and 30 are optional, which is why you don't see any red exclamation points, because everything, those 20, 30 levels are optional. If you didn't pass Phys Ed 10 or COM, you should go back in and select that. And then we got to top up. Or actually, because I've taken these, I actually have hit my 30 credit minimum, but I think I'm still interested in taking some welding. That went well last year, we'll say. So I'm going to select that. And I'm going to try my hand at yoga this year. See how I enjoy that. So I've added those credits. My credit count is up to 40. I'm within that 30 minimum and no more than 50 maximum. And so I am good to go. Again, I should be able to go click down at the bottom on that submit button if it was there and submit my course request, and I would be in good shape. Students, do not forget to hit that submit button. If you don't hit submit after you're done checking all those boxes and selecting all those courses, all will be lost and you'll have to go through and do it all over again. So don't forget the submit button. Students, if you have any more questions regarding your course requests, don't hesitate to ask your advisor teacher. Or if you need to, you can always come down to the office and we can try and help you out down here. Good luck on your course requests and good luck on the rest of the school year, LCI.